Okay, I'm at Discovery Park in Seattle, Washington, and the history of this place is pretty interesting. I'm on this little peninsula. It's November and it's 12 o'clock. So, where I am used to be known as Fort Benton. Soldiers were first stationed here in 1901, but the real history comes the real interesting history starts in 1944 during the Second World War. At Fort Benton, they say that over 1 million soldiers passed through here on their way to the Pacific Theater. A lot of prisoners of war also passed through here. So in 1944, a riot broke out between Italian prisoners of war and African American soldiers. And it's here where the longest court and the biggest court-martial case of the Second World War happened, where 44 African American soldiers on loose evidence were convicted of pretty much starting a riot because one Italian prisoner of war was killed. So 4 African American soldiers were given the death penalty, so it's pretty brutal. The history of the place was almost forgotten until in the 60s the Seattle wanted to make a park here, so they signed a bill, and that's when it became known as Discovery Park, named after George Vancouver's HMS Discovery. But when they were making it a park, local Native American tribes disputed that and argued that the land belonged to them. So they went back and forth, and an agreement was come to that was made that as long as inside the park they dedicate an area to local culture, Native American culture, then they can make it, then everybody would be happy and they'd make a park here. So here I am out at the end of the peninsula. There's a little lighthouse here that's pretty sweet. It's definitely not in use anymore, but holy cow, this view is sick. We got the Puget Sound, the Olympic mountain range out here in the distance, out on the Olympic Peninsula. I'm not really sure where the fort is. I'm looking for the actual fort itself, but I think that was torn down long ago. Man, I love to imagine what this place was like pre-1900s though. What a beautiful area. No wonder people wanted to set up shop here. I'm sure there's a lot more wildlife. I would love to know the history behind this lighthouse. How fun would it be to live in there? Some swell coming in. Oh, there's a seal. Come up again, buddy. Oh, as soon as I turn around, he's gonna come up again. Maybe that was a sea lion? Oh, he's went this way. Yeah.
It was really fun.
There he is.
Yes.
How cool is that? The container ship. And then I don't know if you can see, but there's the Mount Rainier. That was a big old seal. Man, this area of America is so beautiful. You can just barely see the port of Seattle under the Mount Rainier right there. Oh, beautiful houses. Okay, well that's a quick tour of Discovery Park and the Fort Benton and the little lighthouse here at the end of the peninsula. So, man, thanks for checking it out. Surprise guest. Oh, a seal too. Pretty big old seal. Pretty cool stuff. I didn't realize that you were actually able to come back out over here. So let's go check it out. Quarters. I guess people stay out here. I mean, I think it's open. Let's go check out the lighthouse. Not a bad place to set up shop. I don't think people use lighthouses anymore. And I don't know why. I wonder why. See anything? That door's locked. Warning. This structure has been found to contain lead. Oh my god. It's machinery. It's not open. Okay. I guess this lighthouse is called the West Point Lighthouse. So, I mean, I could stay here longer, but the adventure continues on to the next spot. Alright.